welcome back to Homestead in Bloom. Today we are going to be learning how to score our sourdough bread. So I'm going to walk you through what that looks like and take like an up close video so you can see the pressure that I'm using to score the bread. So the scoring process happens right before baking. So right now I've got my oven preheating at 475 and I'm going to let it preheat for 20 to 45 minutes. During the preheating of the oven, you also want to make sure your Dutch oven is in the oven. That way your Dutch oven is getting warm and it's getting ready for you to put your bread inside. So you're going to make sure you put your Dutch oven inside with the lid on to preheat for the 20 to 45 minutes. Once it's preheated, we're going to go ahead and prep our bread and do our scoring, so stay tuned. Okay, so at this point you are now ready to score your sourdough. As you can see, I am just very gently scoring the bread. You're just making a slight cut in the very, very top layer of your bread. I like to do the wheat stems. I think that it's really pretty. It looks very detailed and just beautiful to me. So I'm just going in and I'm about to finish my first wheat stem. And I'm gonna start a second one. So the whole time I'm just barely cutting the very, very top layer of the bread. We're finishing the third wheat stem now, and we are about to get ready to do our deep cut. This deep cut is what allows the bread to really rise and develop that beautiful sourdough ear. And as you can see, I'm cutting over it twice just to make sure that it's a nice and deep cut. And you can see how much of the scoring lame was in the bread to see how deep it was. Okay, so here is just an overview of what the bread is looking like. You can see those nice detailed shallow cuts, but you can also see the very deep cut. So now it's time for us to get our preheated Dutch oven out of the oven. And we're going to take the lid off. This is when you will put your cornmeal in the bottom of your Dutch oven. If you don't have cornmeal, I know that hemp hearts have worked in the past, and then I believe oatmeal would work as well. We're just trying to put something underneath the bread to keep some space and airflow there. So I just put the bread in the Dutch oven. I'm going to put the lid on and put it in the oven at 475 for 25 minutes. Okay, so after your bread is baked at 475 for 25 minutes, this is the point that you're going to turn the oven down to 450, take your bread out, remove the lid, and you should see it looking like that. You're going to put it right back in the oven at 450 for around 17 to 20 minutes. Okay, once that timer is gone off, it's time to take your bread out of the oven. You want to make sure to check it, make sure it looks golden brown and that it's all finished. Then you're going to be removing it from the Dutch oven. I just use my fingertips and grab the parchment paper carefully. Pull it out of the Dutch oven, sit it on the cooling rack, and then I remove the parchment paper from the bottom of the bread. It is kind of hot, so you don't have to do this. I don't know, I do it every time. And there you have it, guys. Our bread is done. It's baked. It looks beautiful. I'll show you up close. We've got the pretty scores. Where it gets like this, sometimes that just happens. It's totally okay. And then our nice deep cut for our beautiful ear. And it will get dark like this sometimes. That's okay. It just adds to the crustiness of the sourdough bread. So after you pull it out of the Dutch oven, you want to let it sit on your cooling rack for an hour at least, and then you can cut into it and enjoy. So thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see what your breads look like.